If you want to learn how to use Hog Riders in Clash of Clans, this video is for you. We are going to be doing some attacks using the Hogs at the top divisions in the game. Try and give you as many tips and tricks as possible in order to help you get the 3 stars. I am going to be using the Queen Charge into Hog Riders. You cannot just send your Hog Riders into a base and expect them to 3-star it. You've got to set up the base first. There's numerous ways to do that. I will be demonstrating you which I feel is the most powerful, which is the Queen Charge. I tend to take around about 26 Hog Riders. I have quite a versatile army. If you want to copy it, be sure to screenshot it now. But we will be attacking in Titan 1. You do get the privilege of nexting the base to a degree, but once you get to Legends League, you don't have that privilege. So you do have to have an army which can be versatile. If you are new to the channel, guys, be sure to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my Clash of Clans videos. Now, before we get into the first attack, obviously, trying to watch videos like this will help you improve. Getting out into friendly challenge or multiplayer will do exactly that as well. But you've also got to be staying on top of what is in the meta. What troops are the most powerful? And one of the ways you can do that is by watching the top players in the game. And tomorrow, Thursday the 15th of August at 12 PM PDT time, there is going to be a live stream for the ESL Mobile Open. I will drop you guys a link down in the description of this video. I'd highly recommend you check that one out because you will see some more Hog Rider attacks alongside other strategies as well to give you an idea of the top strategies within the game. And if you want to be a top player, you've got to be watching them streams as well and studying the game. That is the ESL Mobile Open. It's been going on for weeks and months. Top players battling each other out, and now they are down to the top 32 teams who are basically warring in order to try and get themselves to the final spot, the ESL 1 live show in New York, in order to get themselves some prize money. So there's going to be top players. You don't want to miss it. Be sure to go ahead to that link and get ready for the live stream. But like I said, friendly challenge. Be sure to watch these videos and don't be afraid to just give things a try. I was never good with the Queen Charge, but I've been practicing, and my skill level just from practicing and giving it a go has gone up dramatically. Now, the one thing about Titan 1 is we do have to wait in the clouds, unlike Legends where you can just get a base straight away. But with the power of editing, let's come back when we have a base to attack. Okay, so we have came across a base which has 1 million gold. It's not like that in Legends League. You get a preset amount, so I'm going to attack this base. You want to try and get the eagle as a main priority, but also the queen. So I think attacking from the bottom of the base here makes sense to try and get both of them. Actually, if I attack from this side, I can probably get into the eagle quite quickly. So let's start with the king on one side, the pecker on the other. That aims to create a funnel. We'll also get the queen and the wall wrecker coming through. Let's use one balloon in order to test for black air bombs. You've just seen one of them which got set off. That aims to protect the queen, and I'm not going to deploy the healers just yet because there was a pecker within that range, but it looks like the pecker is gone. So now let's deploy the healers. The poison spell onto the clan castle troops means that the balloons will go down. Can we snipe anything off with Hog Riders? I'm going to send a couple of Hog Riders to that archer tower, try and just delay the damage onto my queen. Could have potentially had the rage spell in a little bit sooner there to help my queen through, but the eagle artillery goes down. She continues to drive forward here and do well, but she is now in range of the inferno tower. So why don't we go ahead and freeze that? Let's continue to have the hogs coming through with the grand warden here, and the queen is creating a good path for them. Let's use a let's use a earthquake spell here for the hogs. Try and redirect them to that town hall. Now using that heal spell to try and help out. Using the Grand Warden's ability alongside the rage spell to try and push them forward. Another rage onto the queen here as she comes forward. Then let's use a heal onto the Hog Riders. We do have to send cleanup in as well, so trying to get some of the wizards in, trying to distract the wizard tower on the back end of the base there as well, which will hopefully mean that the Hog Riders don't take as much splash damage. It is looking quite good at the moment, although the Hog Riders have just gone down, unfortunately. It is going to leave my wizards vulnerable as well at that area, so I think I basically just couldn't drive the queen into an area where my queen and my Hog Riders were used together. The queen didn't quite get through to the enemy queen, which is pivotal, but because of that single target inferno, we kind of had to send the Hog Riders through. We're still at 75%. I'm going to be a little bit patient here, as we should be able to get it a little bit better than this, to be fair. Let's send in the 2 archers over this side to try and help with percentage. Get upwards of 85% against a maxed out Town Hall 12. That is not bad, guys. Waiting on that queen's ability. Let's use it now, help her through the queen, and then once she gets this a little bit further forward, we can hopefully use the wizard as well. There we can use it now that the archer tower is distracted to try and take out the army camp. That was the lowest hit point building. Looks like we are going to get approximately 85%. So a pretty good effort, very close to the 3 stars. I did bring the Hog Riders in to try and protect the queen in itself, but hopefully you've seen that by smashing into one area of the base, the hogs were able to come around, and it just didn't quite work out in the end. 83%, but let's see if we can up that for the next attack and get ourselves a 3-star. Okay, well, we came against this base, which is a little bit strange, to say the least. 3 single target infernos right next to the town hall. Probably not a good idea to charge into that area, but if we were to come in through the bottom here, look at all of the value we can get alongside taking the queen and eagle. There's also a couple of walls here where the wall wrecker would only take a couple of shots. So let's use the king here and the P.E.K.K.A here, followed by the queen. Queen didn't want to go in. Queen, wall wrecker, 1 balloon in order to test 4 black air bombs. The P.E.K.K.A finally, it's not. He's going to come this way. The P.E.K.K.A did not do what we wanted it to do. The wall wrecker is going to continue coming through the base. I am delaying deployment on my healers in order to help. Let's get a rage in for the balloons. I'm debating starting to take haste for my balloons instead. Wizard here, let's get a couple of Hog Riders onto that cannon in order to help. Can also get a poison onto the bowlers. That's going to help alongside taking the queen as well. Where is my queen going? She has to get through here to the enemy queen, to the eagle, and hopefully that is the target we are going for. So she is going to take a little bit of firepower from the eagle artillery, but she's going to get through this area, and once she does, we can then have a little bit better pathing with the Hog Riders, because remember what I said, you've got to get the pathing right with your hogs. So let's get the rage in to help the queen get that eagle, and then let's see where she goes. She's going to be under fire from the single, so let's go ahead and use the freeze spell there to help. Let's get our Hog Riders in, and then we can drive them up over towards that single target inferno. So let's use that. Let's use the queen's ability, otherwise we could get caught here. Then we need to activate the town hall in order to allow the hogs to attack it. Just waiting a second, using that ability in order to help them through, because they will indeed go down to the Giga Bomb. And we have 1 more heal spell which we're going to use here because we've got a lot of Hog Riders there. How can we help the queen try and get through this area? This is madness, guys. Hogs in one area, queen in the other, trying to clean up as we go through as well, but it's looking good. The queen did what she needed to do. I'm going to try and swarm this cannon if I can with the wizards behind, try and protect my queen. She is going to get it, and we still have a whole boatload of Hog Riders, so we are going to get the 3-star here. And you saw breaking in, taking the eagle, taking the queen and the CC troops are probably your main 3 priorities. If you can get the Giga Tesla, great, go for it, but the Hog Riders can deal with it. But we also took out that area of the base to the bottom, allowing pathing of the Hog Riders whereby they would stay together. Beautiful stuff. So let's go ahead and move on to the next attack. Okay, we come across the final base for Hog Riders in this video, and I wanted to use this to demonstrate how to take advantage, and you should be doing this if you come against bases in multiplayer whereby the queen is down, the king is down, maybe some defenses are down. Think about taking that base because you've got a much better opportunity. What I am going to do here is use my king and the P.E.K.K.A. in order to drive into this area of the base and ensure that the queen coming in the other way will be fine going through. So let's use the wall wrecker actually. Queen here, the wall wrecker. Let's get 1 balloon in order to test, and then we can get some of the healers in. Another balloon there, and then the king and the P.E.K.K.A. have indeed created a very nice funnel there for my queen to walk forward and hopefully into the base. I'm going to send just a couple of Hog Riders in there, followed by 2 wizards to try and draw my queen into the center. I'm not sure that is going to work, but let's see, and yes, it does. Trying to set up that funnel, guys, is clearly very, very important. The queen could still walk here, but she does decide to go into the base, which is obviously fantastic. Let's get a poison onto them clan castle troops, and the balloons will charge through the single target inferno. We do have a single target onto our queen here. She does get onto the town hall, so let's go ahead and use them Hog Riders, try and help us through. Grand Warden comes in. Obviously we need to use the queen's ability here because of that single target, but it all looks good at this point. Oh, I've double pressed my heal spells, so that is not ideal, guys, for the Hog Riders, but I still think we should be able to get this done. I've just got to be preservative with my Grand Warden's ability, so why don't we use that now? And then I'm keeping an eye on the rage spell here, mainly because I may use it on the Hog Riders. We've still got lots of them. I really don't feel like we need the queen in order to finish up there. Hog Riders hitting giant bombs, still got lots of splash damage to go. Them heal spells would have really came in handy, but taking advantage of a base that wasn't necessarily fully set up. However, key points which you should have seen throughout this video: eagle artillery, very, very important to try and take down enemy queen. Obviously in this attack she wasn't even there. The clan castle troops, and try and create pathing for your hogs. Notice how we drove in from the bottom of the base, which allowed the hogs to come in from the west and swoop up and around perfectly. If you want to see a video where we had the #1 player, in fact, I did tell you guys about it earlier, check out this video. It was Itsu at the time. He's not #1 anymore, but he teaches you about the kill squad into Hog Riders, the queen charge into Hog Riders. Can't get my words out. It is the end of the video, guys, so do forgive me. Be sure to check out that video because it will help you out with this strategy and more about the Hog Riders. But that wraps it up. Until next time, peace out.